All right, brother. Well, welcome, everybody. It is episode 4 of Tequila and Transactions. I'm going to go ahead and kick off the show here with a little introduction video, and then we'll dive right into it, brother, if that sounds good with you.
All good to me.
All right, let's get it cracking then. Let's get it going. Let's kick off episode 4.
I like that.
All right, everybody. Welcome. Episode number 4 of Tequila and Transactions. We are here with the one, the only Mr. Cesar Peña. You are now the senior vice president of Rubicon, and I'll let you give all your accolades and in your introduction. But without further ado, I'm going to hand the mic over to Cesar and let him introduce himself and give you a little spiel about what he does. Go ahead, brother.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cesar Peña. I'm a director of sales of Rubicon Mortgage Fund. Rubicon specializes in short-term bridge financing for both commercial and residential properties. And I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me. It's always exciting to get behind Zoom and present.
I know, right?
Yeah, great.
It's the I guess it's the new norm, and a way for us to kind of get back in touch with people, let them know that we're still here, we're still working, and just glad you're able to jump on before you head out to Mexico and actually enjoy some real tequila out there in the motherland. So, or my motherland, I should say. But but no, man, I'm glad that you're here. We're talk a little bit about real estate, talk a little bit mainly about tequila, to be honest with you. But
okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna start pouring my drink, and just kind of chatting with you about what I'm drinking. Did you get your special bottle ready?
I've been moving the last 3 days, so everything's in a box. So I was able to get a bottle on the way out.
Oh, okay.
Went back to my regular my go-to.
That's my go-to when there's nothing, when my number 1 and my number 2 aren't there. That's my number 3. So Casamigos is my top 3 right now. I do really love that tequila, and I'll be honest with you, it's just it just has that character that you're looking for in a tequila, and it's not too overwhelming, and it for sure is not going to leave you upset the next morning if you're drinking it right and not going too crazy with the soda. But I keep it classy. I go straight tequila, and I do a little bit of mineral water. I've got some Pellegrino today, and the reason why I do that, and I always tell all my friends and all my colleagues and everybody else, is I don't like to overwhelm my tequila. I like to taste it. And the only way without, taking a shot and actually or sipping it and tasting it is a great way is just dilute it with a little bit of water and still get that nice feel of the tequila and not overpower it. And you're also hydrating while you're drinking. So that's the key. So today, as always, I got my trusty little agave shot glass. I'm drinking my new favorite. And as we like to say in Jalisco, no seal, no deal. Wow. So this one is actually from Mexico. Got the exact little sticker on here. So this is telling you it came from Mexico. If this sticker's not on there, you didn't get it from the airport or you didn't get it in Mexico. You got it from the States. So. But no, this is a añejo tequila. So this is aged at least 8 months, 6 to 8 months in the barrels. And then what happens is usually they'll distill this one last time to remove the color. So this is not a brown color. It has a little bit of color to it if you could kind of see it, but it actually looks a little white. Yeah. But it's extremely smooth. You can find this out here. This is Tres Generaciones. It's a very well-known brand, but this bottle in particular is a little difficult to find because it hasn't made it out here as much. But it's nice bottle. It has kind of some nice engravings on the side. And it makes for a nice conversation piece too. And my client got me one of these, and he told me how special I was to get it because it has the little number on the back. So I guess I'm one of 73,000 people who got this bottle, I guess, I'm one of 8,000 people who got this bottle. So
okay,
it is definitely a great one. I don't drink it too often, but today, Since you're heading off
It's like
next
a third of
road,
the way.
I'm gonna send you off right.
You know, we drink too often. It's like this much left in the bottle.
Well, no, actually, a
Well,
lot of it got. We killed almost half of it at the closing. That's why.
okay.
So at the closing is when we were drinking it. So it was a good time. And we actually left a little bit for me to take home. So
There you go.
but
The one I had in mind that I was going to bring onto the show was Centenario Leyenda, and it comes in a bottle that's like I would say like a Crown bottle, and I couldn't find the box. I put it in. I was like, "Where is it? Where is it?" I'm on my way out the house this morning. I'm like, I can't find it. So then I grabbed this one. I was like, I'll take this. At least I have a tequila in front of me.
yeah,
But the one I was describing, like you said, there's like you could drink it and it doesn't give you a stomach ache, no headaches. You don't even have to mix it. It's just pure and very smooth.
yes,
We
yeah,
like smooth, and we like smooth transactions, right?
100%, 100%. That's how we keep it smooth, transparent. But cheers, bro. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us. And I definitely like my transactions like I like my tequila. So I agree with that. I'm gonna coin that phrase. I'm gonna use it from now on. But more than anything, man, you're a little bit more. Well, you're involved a little bit more, pretty much in a little bit of everything in real estate. I mean, you fund deals whether it's hundreds of thousands and multi-millions. So you kind of see a broad spectrum. Kind of wanted to pick your brain a little bit because right now for us as residential, as you may know, it's extremely competitive because just the demand for a owner occupied property right now is ridiculous because we have a lot of factors coming into play where it's much more attractive now to own than to rent, much more attractive now to have a home with a backyard, to have a home with a nice living space to entertain. And more than anything, it's just now the importance of buying a home has never been more, I would say, just in demand. Just the whole way of thought. Everyone's kind of on the same page. Everyone wants to live in their house and have a pool and have a backyard or live near a park. So everyone's kind of on the same page, and that's what's making it more competitive because we have so much people getting qualified, so much people out there looking, but we just don't have enough inventory. So that's the crazy part on our end. What are you seeing on your end? I mean, yeah, I know that in the mortgage industry, it's you guys have a lot of factors that come into play as well. Whether it's appraisal and all that good stuff, but for you guys are able to do a lot of creative things to kind of work your way around that stuff. So.
Right. Yeah. I'll give you a prime example. And the most popular one is everybody's living out of San Francisco. And so you see a transition from San Francisco over to Piedmont, yes, or even Albany, Berkeley, or even Point Richmond, like all that. You'll start seeing people leaving the city to go to these areas that have a backyard. For example, the most recent transaction I closed is a gentleman that bought a 2-unit condo in the city. He was able to buy it really cheap. He bought for $500,000 back in 2013.
Okay, good, nice.
He recently sold it for $1,250,000. Now, he then went from keep in mind, a 2-bedroom condo with 1.5 baths, roughly 1,100 square feet, to a home in Lafayette that's twice the size, right? 2,200 square feet, yep, for $1,500,000. So. Yeah. For him, he went from no yard to no balcony to a yard with a pool, and he's more than happy. And so the way we could help is, let's say you have a client that's bought a property way back when, and now the property is worth X amount of dollars. So you have all of that equity, right? And let's assume this client doesn't have any cash to put down towards the next purchase. Well, we tap into the equity, and the way we do it is we say, hey, Ricky, what is the property address that you have in mind? Let's say here in San Lafayette, 3575 Juan Diablo Boulevard. That's my office, but let's just say it's a home. Right. And let's say it's on the market for $1 million, right? And let's say for this example, the guy had equity in his building that he bought for $500,000. He had $1.2 million that he sold it for. Right. He had all that equity, right? Yes. Mm-hmm. Plus, he paid down the interest payment and the principal payment, and now he owes $300,000. So the way I see it is I have 1.2 plus 1 million in Lafayette. That's 2.2, right? We times 65% loan to value, and we go based on that number. So that gives them enough room to make a very competitive offer, because all he has to do in that scenario is come in with about 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most cases, a lot of individuals have properties that are free and clear. And so the way we see it is, if you have a $1 million home that's free and clear, you come to me tomorrow and say, I found a second home that I want to buy that's 1 million, and I would lend you 1 million. The loan is not based on your financials or your credit score. It's all asset based. So meaning the lender is looking just at the real estate.
Correct.
So as long as the property that you're buying is worth $1 million, and the property that you have in mind where you live right now could sell for $1 million, we could make a deal happen. And so now you start getting in the competitive world where you're competing against all cash, because these loans that I offer, there's no loan contingency as long as the value's there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course the equity's there. Now, we don't require appraisals. So again, we have, a couple of days ahead of someone that would require one. So that buys time. And, it's always appealing to a seller where it says no loan contingency, right? That's huge. So that's how we're being competitive. And so here are the trends. We have San Francisco over to Piedmont. Piedmont's not bored of Piedmont. They want to get over to La Miranda, which is Orinda, Moraga, Lafayette. These guys now, La Miranda area, are like empty nesters, and they're like, we're done. We don't need the 2,000 square foot home and the huge backyard. Now we're getting into Rossmore or Walnut Creek or Pleasant Hill. And those guys are now going into Concord, Martinez, and Pleasant Hill. So those are the trends. Those are what's going on right now as we speak. And so, like you mentioned, inventory. Well, we all know that everybody wants to buy something new, move there, but a lot of people rather buy first, then sell, but they don't have the luxury of doing that. So what they do is sell first, and now they're scrambling to identify something. What they want to buy, and now you're kind of like, are you going to settle for something you don't really want? Well, a bridge loan, will allow you to go out there, shop, find the perfect home, relocate, fix whatever you got to fix before you move in, and once your property is good to be listed with you, then you go ahead and sell. So that's how we're being creative right now. That's what's keeping everybody active in the market. There is a lot of buyers and there's not much inventory. Residential, I don't see much. Property that are listed between 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, they're just being gobbled up. And they're just selling. Are you seeing that?
Believe me, bro. I know, bro. I feel it. I've been feeling it. I know we talked back and forth on Instagram where I was telling you how hot I thought this market was going to be, and no one could have imagined this was going to happen, but it did. And there was indicators showing that, the consumer felt like if this is going to happen again, they wanted to be in their own home, and they wanted to be in their own home that they're comfortable in, that they can go outside and have a good time with their kids, or they can take them to a park and have a picnic, whatever, what have you, or they're near something they can go out and enjoy the nature and just get out of their house. Because as you know, being cooped up all day is not good for your mental health. It's just, we're human beings. We need sun. We need scenery. We need to, do different things to keep us sane.
Interact
with people, talking. We're curious creatures. We're creatures that feed off interaction and love and all that good stuff. So I can't imagine, someone wanting to be stuck in a 1-bedroom condo with a partner that's also working from home with 2 kids. It's just not going to work. So yeah, man, it's crazy. It definitely has exceeded my expectations of what was going to happen. But yeah, man, everything that you're saying, I echo 100%. Mm-hmm. And what we're now even seeing even more too is people moving out to more rural, they're willing to drive to Mount House. They're willing to go to Brentwood now. Before, when they're like, Brentwood, it's like another hour from Oakland, isn't it? I'm like, well, yeah, kind of. So like, nah, I'll just buy in Oakland. But no, in Oakland, I love Oakland. Don't get me wrong, I love Oakland. But if you're gonna get a house in Oakland and you're gonna spend up to $1 million, you're not gonna get what you're gonna get in Brentwood for $1 million. You're not
Absolutely
gonna get
not.
it. You're gonna get, probably half the size. You're gonna be centrally located in Oakland. You're gonna be near everything. but you're not going to have the huge yard. You're not going to have the pool. You're not going to be in a gated community. There's a lot you get for $1 million in Brentwood, and people have started to realize that. And now more than ever, you're seeing all these developers going out and building in Lathrop, Manteca, Bethel Island, just like wherever there's land to build upon, and there they go. Because
look at Cena, Bay Point. I mean, all you see is a sea of houses up there.
Yep.
I mean, I grew up in Bay Point a long time ago, and I remember when they first started shaving those hills, I'm like, I wonder what they're doing there. And next thing you know, we have how many homes? 300-400 homes at a
sea of homes. Yes, it's just like a sea of homes there, and it's like, and wherever they find land is where they're gonna build. And now what they're really selling is that ability to have that recreational kind of functional home, where like those houses out in Bethel Island and Lathrop, they have like these lakes that they've built around, and now you can jump on, go out on your dock and jump on your boat and go out and fish if you want. And they're really selling that, and that is attracting a lot of people from wherever they're coming from. A lot of people are just moving out of Silicon Valley, moving out of, really clustered areas, because they feel as though COVID's not going to go away. And if there's something that comes around again, that, like I said, they want to be in an area where they can be with their family and not have to be in a situation where they're stuck in a small unit or having to go to a smaller grocery store or anything like that makes them uncomfortable. I think right now tight spaces are making people really uncomfortable. So that's what I've seen, and it's crazy. A majority of my clients have sold to buy in Oakley, Brentwood area, and they love it. I mean, although it is hotter out there, it is more of a drive. It will get better. BART will eventually go out there. They're going to continue to expand everything, but if you're willing to do the commute, and if you're a person who's not going to commute anymore, you're going to work from home, even better. You go out and buy a house from anywhere you want. So that's awesome that, we got you on the call, bro, or on the Zoom, I should say. And with that bridge loan plug is amazing. A lot of people don't know that that's out there. And if you're a seller or you're a realtor or anybody that's on this call and you have a client who's hesitant on selling because of that, and that's usually the main concern is, well, what am I going to buy? I don't want to go move in with my in-laws or move in with my parents or have to go rent a house for 6 months or whatever it is.
So, moving costs, right? You avoid all of that.
So just the ability to be able to do that is perfect for this market. It just makes so much more sense. If they're able to come to you and say, hey, this is what we want to spend, and it makes sense for them financially, it just makes the ease of transition so much easier for you to go out, find that right place, transition out of it, no rush, because you still have the other house. And eventually when you're ready, you contact me. We'll go and do a presentation. We'll do some beautiful photography and staging, and we'll get that baby sold above asking with multiple offers and get you exactly what you're looking for, if not even more. So, that's the kind of market we're in, where if it looks great, it's going to go, and it's going to go fast and multiple offers. And sometimes we may not even see it as realtors. We might see it pop online on the MLS, and next morning it's pending, because that's how demand is right now. That's how much people are willing to be a little bit more aggressive than they were when I got in the real estate game 6 years ago in 2014, when everything started to ramp up after the recession. It was like this, but this is on a whole nother level. I was talking to a lot of young realtors out there, and they were asking me, well, how does this compare? I'm like, dude, it's the same, but even faster. Like, everything moves that much faster. And now we're not able to go send our clients to see these homes. We're not able to preview them on broker tours. We're not able to do any of that. So we're literally looking at them online, looking at 3D footage or virtual tours, and forwarding that to our clients, and even preparing and writing offers prior to us even viewing the home. Because if it makes sense, we're pulling the trigger in the parking lot, best believe I'm sending out for DocuSign right then and there, because I'm not going to wait for competition. And that's the way this market is right now. It's if you're not prepared, people will step over you. That's just the way it is right now, bro. It's crazy.
I got two examples right now. There's one in Point Richmond. Lady reaches out to me. She wanted to pledge a property in Fairfax that she owned free and clear for $1 million. She was buying in Point Richmond. The property was listed for $450, and she said, "I'm going to make an offer at $515. That should get it." I'm like, "Okay, sure." Well, guess what? The property got in contract at $750,000.
You're kidding.
No joke. This is live. Like, this happened this past week. And I was mind blown. And so here's another deal. Guy bought in Berkeley Hills, bought a property for $1.8 million. and he was put it on the market for $3 million. He was going to go buy another property for $4 million. And he said, the property's lit for 3.7 in Piedmont.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to offer $4 million, and I should get it. 300,000 over asking. Sold for 4.3 million, so 600,000 over asking in Piedmont on Trestle Glen. So if you have a home in Trestle Glen, you get max dollar right now.
Oh,
And I'm just mind blowing, right? I'm seeing this left and right, and even if you have
like that, Oakland Hills are on fire right now. I mean,
literally
everything, literally, like yeah, that's true. That's true. Unfortunately, literally.
Yeah, and so not to divert the conversation, but just to tap over on commercial.
No, sure.
Commercial, man. I mean, San Francisco's getting hit in these rents. Yeah. Rents are down 15, 22% right now.
Wow.
So we have everybody leaving San Francisco. They used to pay $4,000 for, I don't know, a studio. Sarcastic, one bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're moving over to Walnut Creek. Walnut Creek's hot right now, a little bit hot, I would say.
Yeah.
But there are incentives that these big 300 units are offering. They're offering 6 weeks free rent, and they're, taking on those offers. But you're starting to see where San Francisco's, it's like a ghost town. I have friends out there that live out there. They're like, I can't get out of my lease. If not, I would go to Walnut Creek.
Yeah.
But that's what's keeping people in San Francisco, these lockup periods with these leases. But a lot of people, man, they're just done with the whole, like you mentioned, studio. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants a backyard. Everybody wants a pool if they can get one. But anyways, we'll see what happens. But let's be positive. Yeah, let's see what happens.
We'll see, because November is right around the corner, so we'll definitely see what's going to happen.
Well,
and more than anything, where rates are going to go. I've heard there's things starting to stir in the mortgage industry that may increase rates a little bit. So who knows if people start getting priced out? Who knows if people start getting buyer fatigue? I tell my buyers, hang in there. We'll find the right one, and if not, wait it out. If once people start leaving the marketplace, that's when we stay steady, and we'll find something. The thing is, it's all about just being patient. This is the exact same thing that happened 2014, 15, and then 16. It starts plateauing even out a little bit, but now, yeah, that's the rates, the fear of COVID, everything's just really playing into the demand right now, and people are getting, like you said, having that frenzy, and just if they want it, they'll make it happen, and they'll pay whatever they want for it, because they have cash, or they're extremely strong and they're willing to step up a little bit and get it. So yeah, it's crazy. And on vice versa, if you're not like everybody else and you want to move to the city, right now, guys, it's like, goddamn, it's like never been a better time to move to the city. Like if you want to buy a condo in the city right now, like they're on fire sale right now. Like, holy shit. Like I even thought about it myself. Like, shit, I should just move out and buy a nice condo right there on the water. Yeah. So it's like,
on Marina,
do it. You can do it. I mean, right now, like I said, there's the inventory. I mean, across the nation in major cities, stuff is not selling in New York. Stuff is not selling in Chicago. Stuff is not selling in San Francisco. If you're in the immediate city and it's not a single family home, it's going to sit. It's going to sit because people are working from home, and it does not make sense to have a small confined space when you got a spouse or a significant other or partner on the laptop, on their phone, or on their headset. It's not going to work.
It's brutal. No, it doesn't work.
So, and especially if you got kids running around, whew, man, I can't imagine what it is to be a parent right now. Kudos to all you parents. Man, I applaud you guys. Having to work from home and take care of your kids at home and keep them on task and learning, like, kudos to you guys, man. That's why I'm single.
I'm not single, but I have no kids.
You're winning right there. You're winning.
My wife thinks I'm one. She haven't grown up yet.
She's like, I'm already taking care of one.
Exactly.
Oh,
and
man.
he talks back sometimes.
So just to keep it fun a little bit, we're not just ranting on real estate. You're heading out tomorrow to the beach, aren't you?
Oh yes. I was in Cabo before the lockdown in what was it, March? And
yeah.
Oh, it's just pretty. I've never gone to Cabo. I've gone to Cancun. I've gone to Tulum area. Isla Mujeres in the past, but never to Cabo. And I went to Cabo and I had such a great time.
Yeah.
I have to go back, but this time I'm going to San Jose Los Cabos, which I don't know. There's a difference, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, there is huge
Do you know
difference.
about it? Can you give me a heads up?
Well, I would say it's older versus newer. Like, have you been to Vallarta yet?
No, I
So,
haven't.
so it's similar in the fact that Vallarta is a little bit older, but
Hmm.
it's all hip. Like, it's the younger crowd. It's the party, the club, the this, the that, the scuba diving. It's
Okay.
all the adventure. If
See,
you
I'm
want to
huge on the
chill,
scuba diving.
yeah. If you and the wife want to chill and you don't want to be bothered and you just want to be at a resort and drink 5-star, eat 5-star, Nuevo Vallarta. Nuevo Vallarta is
Hmm.
where you go. And it's that's kind of the difference with San Jose de los Cabos and Cabos. The
Hmm.
fact that San Jose is a little bit more chill, a little bit more bougie, is the fact that like you're gonna relax a little bit more. You're not gonna be in the function. But if you want
Okay.
to go to the function, it's a short drive over to the function. Like you just jump on a taxi and you're at the party. So I was just there in October about a year ago for a bachelor party. I loved it. It's a beautiful place. But I will say it's not on my number one destination to Mexico. I will say Cancun for me was just I just love the water and I love the sand better out there. You're like, no,
Really?
why you didn't love it that much? You weren't a fan?
I'm like, no. So no, I'm not saying Cancun's bad, but I stayed at
Oh, okay.
Grand Oasis when I was there, and the service was just horrible.
Oh, really?
Never going back to that hotel, but I've heard really good stories of the other hotels. Um, and so I'm
No, I
definitely
stayed. I think I stayed at the Sheraton next door to the Hard Rock, and
okay.
it was phenomenal. Like we had a great time. I will say that the beaches are prettier because it's the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
And it's not the
Less
Pacific
rough.
Ocean technically, right? Yeah, it's not the Pacific. It's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you're on the whole other side of Mexico,
Yeah.
so the water's different. I haven't been to Tulum, but I want to go to Tulum. My friend just went out there, and I was looking at his videos and his photos and all that. I'm like, dude, it looks gorgeous. I haven't been, but I need to go. But uh, but yeah, I'm a huge Vallarta fan. Vallarta for me, it's because I'm from Jalisco, and it's a short drive for us. It's like literally like if I was going to drive to LA. So
Okay.
so that's what it is for us in Jalisco.
Hmm.
I like it because I'm just from there and they're my people and I just feel like the hospitality there is so much better. Like I've never like they wait on you hand and foot and I'm like holy shit
Really?
yeah and I that experience I mean I got it's in Cancun, not so much in Cabo for me, not so much in Cabo as far as the service goes, but yeah, for me, I would have to say it's Cancun, Vallarta, and Cabo last. Those are the three I would put them in order. Definitely need to go to Tulum. So then I'll let you know if I'm going to rearrange my
A
list.
new configuration.
Yeah, for sure. But nah, it's beautiful, man. I hope you enjoy it, man. I
Thank
see
you.
a lot of people rolling out there right now and going to Cancun and all those areas. So man, it's if you're staying safe, I mean out there. To be honest, there's not much people out there anyways. So
Right. So that's one of the reasons why we decided to go because the hotel capacity is at 50%. They're not even maximizing capacity.
right,
I
right,
have a friend that just got back from Palo, and he said the beaches were absolutely vacant. Vacant. There were no people. There weren't people there.
nice.
He's like, I had a good time. I mean, other than the workers, there was not many people there. So we'll see how
Yeah,
it goes.
yeah, you're young, bro. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, as long as you're taking care of yourself, you're gonna be fine. So more than anything, just go out there and enjoy it, man. It's a beautiful place, and yeah, it's gonna be nice because you're not gonna be all clustered up with a bunch of people. You're gonna be able to get like no one's at the bar, at the restaurant, like another shot, please. Let me get another drink.
That could be a problem.
Another cigar, please. I'll take another.
Yeah, like 4 people show up. What would you like, sir?
Yeah, man,
Do
it's a lot of fun, but
you have
yeah,
anything lined up?
I had to cancel my trips actually back to back. I was supposed to be in Mexico in April to check on. We're building a house in Jalisco
Hmm.
in a town. I shouldn't say town. It's not a town. It's a city. It's called Tepatitlan. It's in the heights or I would say the Sierras of Jalisco have like some beautiful mountain ranges. And once you go into, if you've ever been to Tequila, it's gorgeous. It's just like if you imagine Napa Valley, but with cactuses, that's what it is. It's a beautiful sight to see. And it has that really rich red clay dirt. And you have these beautiful rows of green agave, blue agave, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I mean, to be honest with you, like it feels like the jungle, But you know, it's kind of like it's kind of like similar to like if you're gonna go to like the beaches where it's kind of has that jungle vibe to it. And it's just when you go to Jalisco, it's super green. It's very, very green because the soil is extremely rich. So a lot of, I mean, the corn, the blue agave, the avocado trees, it feeds off that clay soil. And it has a lot of nutrients, so a lot of stuff just grows very, very well. So that's why Jalisco is prime for for the growth of blue agave, because it just grows that much better in that red clay soil. And that's why if you don't use the agave from Jalisco, you cannot call it tequila. It has to be called something else. So yeah, so it's very similar to like, you know, Scotch has to be from Scotland, and you know, cognac has to be from France and all that, and champagne and all that stuff. So very similar in that regard. So that it's actually I don't know if it's copyrighted or what the particular trademark is, I think is the best way to put it, that it has to come from that origin to be called tequila. So it's kind of cool. But no, man, it's a beautiful place out there. And yeah, I was supposed to go in April and check on my house, and it's actually the fiestas, it's the party for that particular town during that month in April. And we always go and have a great time. And we usually stay in Guadalajara and for a few days, and we just go out there and have a great time, eat everything we can pretty much, and drink and have a good time with family and friends. And just the time just for me just seems to go so much slower out there. So we're definitely able to enjoy it a lot more, man.
Right.
Like you're not looking at your phone, you're not on your email, you're just enjoying the moment, having a good time, having conversation, and just really kind of unwinding a little bit, which is always the fun part. But I had not only had to cancel that trip, my brother was supposed to get married in August. And had to cancel that as well. So that's getting postponed to 2021.
Okay.
But that's 2 trips now that had to get canceled. And I was supposed to go to Vallarta as well, and that got canceled. So going in December, because our house is already finished and we need to go pick out furniture and what have you. But definitely going back, man. I need to get back there. That's where I recharge my batteries. So I need to get back there and
it's
get
good.
my jetpack charged up.
So tell me a little bit about mezcal. I can never like get my head around it.
I'm not a big fan. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan. Because you know, I'm spoiled that my family is from where tequila is made, so I'm extremely spoiled in that regard.
Right.
I'm just checking to see if anybody's asking questions on the Facebook. Yeah, if anybody has questions, let us know. I mean, we do have the source for hard money and bridge loans and pretty much all your lending needs. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and drop something in the Facebook chat. I'm over here monitoring it, so I'll read it. But yeah, mezcal. If it's in a drink, I can have it. Like, you know what I mean? I'll be able to sip it and enjoy it. I can't drink it straight like tequila. I'm not. There is some great mezcals out there. I've had a really good mezcal before. Would that be my drink of choice? Never. I don't think. You know, I shouldn't say never, but you know, it's not my cup of tea. I'm just a huge fan of tequila because, like I said, I'm spoiled, dude. Like, my parents are from there, so like I grew up watching my uncles and my dads and my everybody and all my older uncles and everybody, even my aunts. You know, they have their little tequilas and they know how to drink it. They don't overdo it. It's usually a little bit of mineral water, some citrus soda, something light, or they'll just drink it straight. But it's something that we just enjoy to drink out of there because it's local. It's, you know, to be honest with you, if you're drinking it right, you're going to be okay for the next morning, and it goes well with food. So that's for us. That's why it's so enjoyable. But mezcal just has that smokiness to it. It's a little bit more robust.
It's like you're having a cigar and a drink at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest with you, that's exactly kind of the way I feel like I'm drinking like a smoked liquor.
It is.
And you know, it's become so much more popular as tequila has. I mean, if anybody is keeping their eye on it right now, actually, you can't find any good tequila right now at Bevmo or any major store right now. There's a shortage. So if you guys need it, I do have some extra bottles, but it's going to cost you guys.
Referral. It's to be over 500,000.
I got some bottles stashed away for a rainy day, but no, it's gotten a lot tougher to get good tequila bottles lately because there's been a shortage of bottles that were being produced in Mexico, and it just hit us now. So there's gonna be a shortage for a little bit. It should get back to normal because they're gonna start to ramp up production again. But yeah, I mean, I can't wrap my head around it like you said myself. I mean, I'm tequila all day, and then I go Scotch whiskey. I don't drink vodka. It's not my best friend. It's never been. I have had too many bad encounters with vodka, so I'll leave her alone. I won't revisit that relationship. But me and tequila are tight. We've been tight for a long time, and me, Scotch and whiskey have always been good friends as well. But for me, it's just the beautiful thing right now, to be honest with you, bro, with tequila is that there's this revolution of new brands. I mean, it's crazy. As soon as George Clooney came out with Casamigos, started to see a trend of like guys like E40. Now guys like Michael Jordan, The Rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, they all have their own tequila now. Like E40 has E40, and The Rock has his, I forget, something with a T, Desmara or Tesmara, something like that. And then Michael Jordan came out with his called Sin Coro. The bottle is gorgeous. You can find it at Bevmo and Bevmo, and it's comparable to the prices in Clase Azul. I have not tried it yet, but the bottle looks beautiful. And it's Michael Jordan's tequila. It's called Sin Coro, SCINCORO, Sin Coro. Beautiful looking bottle. They have the silver, the reposado, the añejo.
That's pretty.
Yeah, really pretty looking bottle. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, that looks nice.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly it, bro.
Those are pretty bottles.
Yeah, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy that for a client one day. But to be honest with you, I thought about, you know what? Why would I buy it for a client when I haven't tasted it? I'm gonna just buy it for myself. Then I'll be able to be the expert whether I like it or not. But yeah, gorgeous looking bottle, very presentable. And then my go-to right now, to be honest with you, I've been a huge fan, and it's because my client is one of their junior accountants at Clase Azul, and I just became a huge fan. Like, I've always loved Clase Azul and what they do, and how they entered the market, creating those beautiful bottles really to get the consumer's attention. And it's not cheap to buy a bottle. Typically, you can find a good añejo for about $100. Their reposado, which is a step down from an añejo, is about 120. But what people really don't know is that their reposados are aged almost as long as a lot of people's añejos. So you're still getting a really really presentable tequila, really well aged tequila in a beautiful bottle. So it's worth that 120. And what's cool is I never knew that there's a huge interest, and people do like a lot of arts and crafts with those bottles. Like, I've seen people do some cool stuff where they make vases, or they'll make lamps, or they'll make all kinds of stuff. So those bottles are get remade, and the cool thing is that it's all hand painted. A lot of them are all hand painted from young ladies that work for Clase Azul in Mexico. Yeah, it's crazy. And the other crazy part about it is that a lot of them actually paint all those bottles in the town near where my parents are from, at Tepatitlan, where we're building our house. So a lot of those bottles are made there and painted there in Tepatitlan to then be distilled and shipped out from Jalisco. So it's a really cool story. They're how do I tell you? They're not really focused on quantity. It's all about quality. So a lot of their bottles, like, they just released if you go on their Instagram, not too long ago, they released a limited edition gold tequila bottle. It's their gold tequila, and it's in a beautiful black bottle. I think they only made like 8,000 of them, and they go fast. So they do really cool things around certain themes. So every year they'll do something around Day of the Dead. I remember not too long ago, they did a really beautiful bottle for breast cancer. They did another beautiful bottle for LGBTQ. So they do a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, I mean, their tequila is great, and the presentation is even better. And I became even a bigger fan because my client was an accountant for them. He started like telling me everything, and I was like, and he even taught me the proper way to drink tequila, which is, I'll tell you what you guys should do. If you're trying something new and you really want to get that nice taste and flavor, you're supposed to take a really big inhale of, you put it in a glass, whatever glass you want to put it in.
Okay.
Typically it's better in an open glass, not a shot glass, but you really take a huge inhale, breathe it in, and through your face, through your nose, I said through your face, through your nose and through your mouth, breathe it all in, right? Yeah. And then you take a really small sip and you breathe in as soon as you drink it. So you drink it, take a nice breath in, let all the fumes, all the, everything go down into your stomach, into your belly, let it just all go into your body so you can kind of initially prepare yourself for what you're going to drink. That's going to set your palate up and set everything up. So once you take that next real sip, then you're going to be able to get the full effect of what that tequila tastes like. So he taught me that. I honestly never had done that before. I usually either just pour it in a drink or I'll just shot it.
That's what I do.
So he taught me how to drink it that way. And I always do that when I'm trying something new, because I want to be able to get that whole experience. And what's cool is that they teach all their employees this, and they show them how to drink it. They show them. So that's why I'm a huge fan of them. They do some great things, not only for their own company, but for the community. So shout out to Clase Azul. And if my client's listening, you owe me a bottle for the promotion.
Geez, I'm learning a lot today. So one thing that's not in shortage, I heard, is wine. There's a huge production of wine that was from last year, and they can't even get rid of it. So they're selling bottles for like $1.50.
Wow.
I heard, wine's like
cheap.
You can get it unlimited right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They all these, think about it, all these guys that had their bottles bottled up for this season, so all these sales.
You're right.
They're all stacking up now, and they're like,
yeah. You're 100% right, because I remember I'm a wine club member for a winery up in Sonoma. I remember them.
That's right. I went. You're right.
They told me that their sales had never been so low. And I'm like wondering, and I think a lot of people just kind of forgot they could order online and stuff like that. And because alcohol sales were through the roof during COVID. I mean, right now during shelter in place, alcohol sales are through the roof. And marijuana sales. Everyone's smoking and drinking right now. So there's just like a huge increase in alcohol, marijuana. Everyone's doing like recreational. It's crazy. Like just the increase in amount of people. I guess parents out there getting on edge with their kids, so they're drinking a little wine and smoking some joints in the backyard or something. I don't know, but I was surprised that that local wineries, smaller wineries, were like, yeah, our sales are down. I'm like, well, I heard that alcohol sales are through the roof.
They are.
What's happening is a lot of people are going to like Bevmo and stuff like that, and not really going to the mom and pop, the local places, which they should have done that in the first place. But yeah, man, that's crazy to hear. And that just sucks for the winery, because now they have to sell everything on discount.
They do, and they're taking a hit because, of course, they don't have that foot traffic that they usually get. And now they're like, well, what do we do? It's like, so we'll see what happens.
It's always fun to go tasting. A lot of people, I mean, I went tasting with my folks a couple weeks ago, and it was chill, maintain your distance, get your spot, and wear your mask and whatever. But yeah, foot traffic definitely went down, especially those first couple months when everyone was afraid to even take a step outside. And then with these fires too, man, it hasn't been too encouraging for people to actually go out and walk outside and that interaction. So yeah, it sucks, man. It's been a horrible year for us, California in general, everything that's happened, and now with the wildfires. So I mean, definitely my heart goes out to everyone who's been affected. It's definitely, it sucks. And then to everyone who's on the front lines, all the firefighters, and you got PG&E and hella people, all these people out there doing what they can to get everything back to normal and put fires out and get stuff rebuilt. But man, it's crazy. It's been like 2 years of fires now, back-to-back summers, and hasn't gotten any better. And it doesn't help when you got people, doing firework gender reveals and lighting hills on fire.
Yeah.
Dude. So geez,
I saw that.
Geez, man, got people.
I heard the insurance companies, they don't want to insure these properties anymore because of these like back-to-back fires. It's like we keep losing millions and millions of dollars to build your home, and then next year it's gonna burn down again. It's like. So I heard people are having a huge challenge getting insurance, proper insurance at least up there.
Yeah, that's one thing too that right now we're advising our clients, and that's kind of a nice little segue is touch a little bit on the fires and insurance. And if you're not working with Cesar or myself, ensure that you're actually touching base with your insurer, and even if you own a home or you're in contract to buy a home, whatever, just make sure your insurance is up to date. Make sure you got coverage, and if you need to add some extra coverage, add it in there to protect yourself, because we never know. I mean, we never know. I mean, just not too long ago. I mean, last year the hills up by where I live, up by Concord and off Ignacio Valley, those hills caught fire.
Oh,
And
the Kirkwood Pass up there?
yeah, up there by Kirker. Well, yeah.
Lime Ridge or?
Well, yeah, like right there, kind of where Crystal Ranch is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that caught fire up there last year. So then, and that was literally a stone throw away from where I'm at. So for me, it's just like, it can happen. It can happen anywhere, and all it takes is a piece of glass and some bush, or someone to throw their cigarette out the window, or it to be just extremely hot and someone does some nonsense. But yeah, it's crazy. And, definitely just want to make sure that you guys are covered and you guys got the proper insurance more than anything.
Yeah, I can't stress enough. I mean, one of the things that holds our escrows up is insurance. It's not really a preliminary title report. It's getting the proper insurance in place. So when I get a transaction, the first thing I ask for, aside from the property address, is who's your insurance contact information, because that's what it comes to. And we had a deal blow up last week. It wasn't because of the value of the property itself. It was the insurance. Insurance couldn't get done in place. Put in place. So, and it's a flood zone out in Benicia. So that's been reclassified as a flood zone. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So. Not good.
And then now insurance is getting more expensive for folks, and yeah, that's crazy.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's not too crazy. People always kind of it needs flood insurance. It's like a couple $100 extra a year, I believe. It's not too much,
right?
But it's better to be covered than not be covered, and at least and so you're aware, and just make sure you got all your ducks in a row and that your stuff's insured, because the last thing you want to do is come back and either your house is underwater or your house has been burned down and you don't have the proper coverage. So yeah, I can't stress that enough. I definitely made that been very adamant about that with my clients, because it's scary, man, and it can happen to anybody. And I mean, at this point, no one's safe with what, with this heat and everything that's going on. So yeah, just stay safe, stay insured, and just be prepared more than anything. That's my message.
That's it. My mom always says, any day above ground is a good day. So, be grateful we're good.
Yeah. That's spot on right there, for sure. Spot on.
Well, all this will pass eventually, And
yeah. I think we've hopefully, knock on wood, I think we've gone through the worst of it. Hopefully with COVID and with everything that's happening, all the new developments with testing, with not just testing in general, but just like the vaccines, everything that's coming out. I mean, there's just so much new developments and stuff that's going to help everything kind of, just put people at ease. A great thing I just saw that I was reading up on is that they're going to release those new tests that are going to cost $5, and it 15-minute results, and it links to your phone. Boom, you have the results. And I think that's what's going to be like the new norm when we're going to have to go out to a major sporting event, or, you want to go over and hang out with your family, or you want to go out for, I think that's going to be the key for holidays this year, man, especially if you're going to get together with family. Everyone goes out and gets tested before the holidays or something, because it's going to get a lot better as far as testing goes, and as far as, the vaccine goes. And I think that's just to put people at ease. I think, once we're more calm, we can, start to really just focus on, going back to the way things, not essentially how they were, but, kind of the way you want them to be, and not just really so paranoid about always putting on a mask, always sanitizing, always this, always that. I mean, I think that always should be a key, is to have good hygiene, but at the same time, not being over paranoid that when someone walks by you in the grocery store aisle, that they're going to cough on you or something. And so, hopefully stuff gets better, and,
don't be a Karen.
I think we're trending in the right direction. And if not, have a little sip of tequila, put some sanitizer on, and do some.
You just made me want to do it. I just did.
Yeah, I don't have it right next to me. I'm in my conference room. I was going to go get a squirt myself. But no, man, not to make this call go too long. I know you got stuff to do. You probably got to go pack, and you got to get ready and do all you got to do. But, more than anything, just appreciate your time. Appreciate you jumping on here, sharing a little bit about you, what you do, giving my listeners and our, pretty much our audience a gist of the different options and opportunities that are out there, not just the traditional mortgage and traditional loan options that they're out there, but different creative things that can be done, especially if you're looking to sell right now and you're really worried about what you're going to buy. Cesar can make that really easy for you. You just got to give us a call. We'll make it happen for you and kind of put you make you a little bit more comfortable actually selling and not having to feel like you're being put up against the wall when you go out and have to find that next place where you're going to live. So,
Exactly.
But yeah, man, any last words, anything that you want to share before we jump off?
Hey, stay positive. If you're all those viewers, eventually things will go. We'll be here, and keep working because bills don't wait. Have fun.
They sure don't, man. So and you gotta start stacking up for
That's
when
it.
everything gets better, and put a little bit of money aside for those rainy days, but start planning ahead for the good things to come, vacations and all that good stuff. Everything will get back to normal. We'll eventually, the economy is moving. It'll continue to move. And I think, as of right now, I think we're looking like we're in pretty good shape here in California, and, unemployment's going down, all that good stuff's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So COVID, positive results are going down. So as long as that stuff keeps trending downward, just take care of yourselves, wear your mask, sanitize, be safe. Don't go out and start smooching strangers. So just
spray them with some sanitizer.
Yeah.
Before you get close.
Or just here, take the shot first. Disinfect yourself.
That's the body sanitizer.
Exactly, brother. Well, thanks again, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
Don't stay too much on your phone, man. Enjoy it with the wife, and hopefully, when everything gets better, man, I'll see you back out here. We'll go have a drink.
Sounds good. Cheers. Thank you.
All right, cheers, brother. Thank you again. All right, everybody. This was episode 4 of Tequila and Transactions with Cesar, Peña, and myself. If you guys need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're always happy to help you guys, whether it's your lending needs, real estate needs. We got you covered, as you guys heard. Or if you guys want to re-watch this, Cesar dropped some dimes, some fire on what you guys can do to make your life a little easier when you go to sell. So let us know if you need anything. And this is, once again, episode 4 of Tequila and Transactions. Thank you again, Cesar. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
We'll see everybody soon. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you guys. Thanks again, everybody. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. And more than anything, stay safe. And make sure to sanitize yourself, sanitize those hands, wear your mask, think of others, and have a little tequila. Cheers, guys. Take care.